Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here, a late edition to the WWE FASTLANE full show preview. I made that on Tuesday morning because my gym was closed. Now here I am about to go into the gym, get my swell on for the day. Tonight on SmackDown, there will be an announced match added to the WWE FASTLANE pay-per-view, which will be Goldust versus Stardust. One-on-one, they're going to be going at it, and brother versus brother, tag team partners thrown out the window. They're going to be fighting for the legacy of the Rhodes family. Dusty showed up on Monday Night Raw trying to make these guys come onto the same page. They went out there and they wrestled a match against Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. A New Day. They weren't able to pull out the victory, and Cody Rhodes took exception to that, hitting Goldust with the Crossroads, laying him out. And from there, now we move on to Fastlane, and when these two guys go at it. Honestly, in my opinion, this is a match that Goldust and Cody Rhodes have been pushing for since WrestleMania 27. Goldust really wanted to go out having a match against his brother. I know that if you go through the Royal Rumbles, these guys, however, it happened, they would make sure that they would face off. This year, they were they weren't the strongest tag team. I mean, they had lost some matches. They were probably getting some aggression out, but you could see Cody going after Goldust in the match, and then you also see in some past Rumbles, the one in Phoenix, I think they mixed it up. And I think there was one where Goldust came back as a surprise. I think they've fought in 3 different Royal Rumbles because they're just trying to get that in because they've been pushing for this match so much, trying to show maybe if we can get some magic going in a Rumble, maybe they'll listen. But it was actually Vince McMahon who's put the kibosh on this match, basically saying that it was a match that people didn't want to see. If you think about Cody Rhodes, they were trying to get this match on WrestleMania 27. The match that Cody Rhodes had against Rey Mysterio that year was great. And, if I go back and I think about, WrestleMania 26, when Cody Rhodes wrestled in that three-way, I said Cody Rhodes had to get the win in that match because when you look at the Ted DiBiase, you look at Randy Orton, this guy, if he doesn't have this group, he's going to get left behind in the dust. Who would have known that here we are, years later, and Ted DiBiase sitting at home, and Cody's out there, I would say kicking some ass, but he's just not really what I thought he once was going to be. I mean, when Cody got fired for saying what he said about the Authority and not being able to beat Randy Orton on Monday Night Raw, basically, I thought that was going to be the start of Cody Rhodes going after the World Heavyweight Championship. I thought that was going to be a big-time push for him. Next thing you know, he's wrestling, great tag team matches with him and Goldust going up against the Shield, and then they take the titles. The Shield, goes off on their own direction, and they're sort of just left hanging out in this tag team division. Once they lose the titles, they fight for a little while, keep going, and then they start losing some matches. Next thing you know, Cody's leaving. He's putting on the Stardust paint, and they're, I don't know what the hell was going on with those early promos where it seemed like they were, high on cocaine and talking about the planets and things like that. That had no connection with me. If I watched it, I'd laugh, but I did not take them seriously at all with their little finger point, E.T. phone home. Somebody do it with me here. But we'll have to see what goes on at this match. Honestly, in my opinion, I'm thinking that this match is going to go to Mania. I don't think it's going to be a one-shot blow-off. I know that there's people out there thinking that that WrestleMania is going to have, Miz versus Mizdow, and it's also going to feature Stardust against Goldust. We'll have to see what goes on with that. I'm hoping that they find some way to blow off Mizdow and Miz, and it's not going to be featured into a match. I want to see Miz have something better than that, but we'll have to see what goes down from there. But at this Fastlane one, I'm guessing if this is going to be a sort of send-off for Goldust, I don't think it's going to be a one-shot deal. I think they're actually going to give him a program with his brother. Dusty will be featured in there trying to get these boys to stop fighting, but I'm going to pick Goldust to win the first one, and then at WrestleMania I'll pick Cody. And if they go one more time at Extreme Rules where they have some sort of a stipulation on the line where, you know, the loser goes home or something like that, or, you know, the loser has to retire, I'll pick Cody again. So, you know, the first battle of the war, I'll give Goldust a win, and he's the more experienced of the two, and it'll help progress the storyline, and then we'll see where we go from there from WrestleMania, and see if they get an Extreme Rules match as well. Look at those birds in the background, it's pretty cool.